That's $15.
Oh, Jackie,
Most
look,
likely.
baby.
What's going on, guys? Eric coming back at you from the Nerd Cave, and today we have another great episode of DS or BS, our new series. And not only are we going to one of our local stores, Video Game Trader, but we have another awesome Facebook Marketplace pickup. Don't want to give any spoilers for that, but you will see the breakdown in the middle of the video. And then we have more of
It came from eBay!
So stick around for all of that and stay tuned to the end to see the total breakdown of how much we spent, our projected profit, the items we're keeping, some of the awesome items we picked up. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the clips. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Awesome.
I appreciate you making time for
too
me.
for the Mario.
Nice,
games.
that's awesome. Cool.
You could turn it on and everything. I tried to charge it, and
I saw it
that's
in
a
the
new-
pictures. I trust
Awesome.
you.
Yep, and the games are in here too.
Awesome. I'm
You're
glad
right.
the cases is great.
Right there.
I was
I just
super
don't
happy
have
when you mentioned that.
Pokemon case.
Hey, I'll take 2 out of 3. There's that for you.
Thank you so much. I
Likewise.
appreciate it.
No, I
I'll
appreciate
let
it.
you know if I come across anything else.
Yeah,
We're
definitely.
a big gaming
Let
household,
me,
so
Yeah, I actually have a PS5 myself, so
we're PC
that's all right at
and
my own.
PS5. It's awesome. I appreciate it.
Likewise.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
if you come up with anything else, I do toys too, so
Oh, nice.
let me know.
Okay.
Thank you, you too. Definitely a crazy Facebook Marketplace pickup. Cannot complain about that for a second. It was super hard to see in the video because it was fairly late at night when we met. They just got back from SeaWorld? I want to say it was SeaWorld. But we picked up this Galaxy 3DS. This may look a little discolored on top. That is because it is in a clear case on top and bottom, so this is actually excellent condition. Couldn't be more happy to have this. This was the actual 3DS that I personally wanted for a long time, but if you're not following the 3DS market, they've gotten pretty expensive. Did come with a case for it, and it also came with a charger, which, believe it or not, 3DS's, I don't know about the Galaxy one, but most 3DS actually didn't come with a charger. You had to buy it separately. So to get the charger with it too is excellent. And we did get Pokemon Moon with it. And then 2, I don't think they're complete. I think they're both missing the manual. Yeah. Both missing the manual, but we did get New Super Mario Bros. 2. And then Mario Kart 7. They actually didn't have the cases in the listing, but she mentioned that she may have the cases. I was like, if you do, I would actually really appreciate it. And apparently they weren't super hard to dig up because she found them no problem within like 5 minutes of getting home from SeaWorld. So all in, I paid $150 for that lot. The 3DS itself is worth about $275, and then the games are worth about another $40 to $50. Pretty conservatively, maybe a little more than that, but definitely some excellent stuff there, so I was super happy to pick those up. increased my stack.
Yes, you did.
And a lot of the prices, like I said, aren't like crazy far off of where I feel like I would need to be.
So that's very hard to see.
Kind of taking an investment opportunity with 3DS, so I'm paying up on a lot of it right now.
You're at 307 there.
I put that name.
402. So what are you thinking?
How would you feel about like 360
How much
cash?
money will I have? I need to ask them something.
Yes.
Do you have anything that's $15?
Oh, Jack, you
Most
gotta look,
likely.
baby. Just keep looking, honey. That's part of it. Thank you.
So 360 would be like jet on $2 off a game, which I think is pretty much where I need to be on them.
$42 off.
Yeah. It's like $2.10 off each.
Right.
Alright, cool. I appreciate you working with me.
Like any else amiibos? Newer than those ones?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the dinosaur. I didn't have the troll that went with it, but my grandmother is, and that's I think how I kind of ended up in the line of business I did. She's was an antique dealer for years and years, and so she'd go to yard sales and stuff, and she'd buy us like wrestling figures, the trolls like that, like all that kind of stuff. But like, I think about the stuff I sold at yard sales in the '90s, and like some of the value, like the old GI Joes, and like our He-Man figures and Ninja Turtles, and like all that kind of stuff. Like it's crazy now.
Well, I wish. See, I only collected old Star Wars figures. I was not into anything else.
I mean, the Star Wars figures, some of those are crazy.
Yeah, that was my focus. Was Star Wars, Star Wars, all the time, and I bought a lot of collections and ran ads in papers. And along the way, I was constantly in contact with He-Man and Thundercats and all that stuff. And
Right.
I kept like, it looks cool, but I'm not into it.
Right.
So I just never bought any of it, and now it's like, why
Crazy.
didn't I?
Yeah.
I mean, literally, this stuff was almost free.
Right.
You know, you go to a yard sale and they're like, yeah, you can have everything on that blanket for $2. You know, and you're like, yeah, I'm not into Thundercats.
Right.
You know, and it's just like, I don't.
Like, damn, if I knew now what if I knew then what I know now, right?
Yeah, it's like, wow, why was I so focused on one thing and I just totally blew off everything else? Like,
I think that's the lesson that we all have to learn, right? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like there was that point for me where I was just collecting, and probably the same for you. Like, I was collecting for myself. I wasn't.
well, and it was what I knew, you know, and I
Right.
didn't know anything about, you know, He-Man I knew about, and I even, see, my brother would come garage sailing with me and go to the swap meet and stuff, and he was like, what should I collect? And I said, He-Man. You should collect He-Man. So he did. So we'd go garage sailing and stuff, and he would buy, like, how much for all those He-Man? And it'd be like a bag, you know, and it'd be like $5, you know, and he'd be like, okay, and he paid $5. And he took them all home, and he put them all in a giant pile, and then when his son got old enough, he was like, go to it.
Right.
And he took them all out in the grove and left them all out in the trees and made play sets and stuff, and then they all got buried in leaves, and that's where they still are.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to really, and it's not narrowing it down that much because it's still a giant genre, but I've really narrowed it down at least to like toys and games where I'm like, you know, I'm not at the thrift store like, oh, I can make $10 on that blood pressure cuff. Like, let me buy that. You know, I'm avoiding that stuff now. I'm at least focused on the stuff that is enjoyable for me to resell. Because for a while I was like, you know, it didn't matter what it was. I'm like, this is $1 and I can sell it for 20. Like, I'm going to buy it. And it wasn't enjoyable. Like, I had all of this like inventory of stuff that like I didn't care about, you know. It's stupid. Like, at least now if my business went under today, I have a lot of stuff that I at least enjoy.
You'd like to have, yeah, stuff you like to keep, COVID hit, and I sold like every day like 20, 30 games a day. It was just
I'm sure.
insane. I couldn't keep up with it. It was like, I'd go and look at how many more I needed to pack, and it was like, oh my God, I was almost done. And I'd go back and pack more, and it was like, It was amazing, and then plus I was
That's
running
awesome.
a repricer, so I was jacking the price up as time was going on, and it was like, this is insane. It was like perfect timing, and I had no idea.
And then
I
you
just-
had them automatically repricing.
And then I was repricing them up
That's
as they were
awesome.
just like, I mean, stuff was just shooting through the roof, and I was like, wow,
Right.
awesome.
Cool.
That's crazy.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
I appreciate you working with me.
Yep, no problem.
Why you keep me coming back?
That's right. Make everyone happy.
Yes, sir. Thank you, my friend.
All right, thank you.
You have a
Appreciate
good
it.
rest of your day.
Yep, you too.
Always love going to Video Game Trader. They are over in Deltona, Florida. Video Game Trader, definitely check them out. If you do go in there and you go in there based on watching my video, please tell them you're watching the Nerd Cave. Eric, the guy who came in and picked up all the 3DS games, I go in there all the time. Guy with the big red beard, tell him I sent you. So maybe he'll appreciate me, give me a discount next time. Help me out, I help you out with the game spots. Love that guy. But basically I was looking at a bunch of 3DS games. I was looking at some games for other consoles, but I've been mainly focused on DS and 3DS. So I essentially asked him, I was like, hey, if I buy a bunch of games, can you work me a little bit of a deal, a couple bucks off? All the prices on the 3DS games are pretty accurate to what the market is, so definitely not overpriced, but to the point where there wasn't enough wiggle room on them for me to feel inclined to buy a ton of them, but because he was able to work me a bundle deal and give me a couple bucks off per game, I did end up buying a stack of games, as you saw there. The only sealed one we got is this copy of Pokemon Sun, but for 30 bucks, I was pretty happy to pay that for a sealed copy. Best case scenario on eBay, you're paying at least that plus tax for a sealed copy. So I saved, like I mentioned, a few bucks. Zelda Phantom Hourglass. None of these other ones are sealed. Mario Hoops 3-on-3. Children of Mana. I did also get a Mega Man ZX, which I'll throw up on screen because that did already sell. Ocarina of Time. This is the first print US version, so this a little bit better version to pick up if you're looking for copies of Ocarina of Time. That one was severely underproduced. From my understanding, there's tons of Nintendo Selects copies, so the game itself, not hard to get your hands on. But that original print, I think it was like 2.1 million. If I can find any kind of quote on that, I'll throw that up on screen as well. Ocarina of Time Nintendo Selects. Ocarina of Time Nintendo Selects. Sensing a theme, Link Between Worlds. Link Between Worlds. Mario and Luigi Dream Team. That's one I actually want to play before I eventually sell it. Yokai Watch 2 Fleshy Souls. Monster Hunter Generations. Monster Hunter Generations. Pilot Wings Resort. Been buying tons of copies of this. Yokai Watch. Yokai Watch. Smash Bros. 3DX. Triple Deluxe. Luigi's Mansion Dark Mode. So that was the total of the stack there. All in, as you saw in the video, I paid $360 for those games. I think it's about $450 to $500 worth of games now. So there is a little bit of margin there, but nothing crazy. Like I mentioned, it's stuff that I'm going to kind of sit on for a little bit, and then I'm going to eventually sell down the line. All right, round 3 of...
It came from eBay!
Do not have the individual totals on these ones handy, so we'll go ahead and throw up on screen as we go what was paid for each item individually when I purchased it, and then kind of what the total was, and then possibly what the projected profit will be currently, if any. These are all sealed 3DS games, so I do anticipate kind of hanging on to them for a little bit before I move them off to their forever homes. This one's tried and true. You guys have seen me pick up a ton of them. Super Mario 3D Land. I think I have 14 copies of that game sealed at that one. I did get not two, but 3 sealed copies of Mario Kart 7. I believe these did all come from different sellers, so we'll throw 1, 2, and 3 prices up on screen, so you can kind of see the breakdown for how much I paid for those. And it's another one, I believe these came from different sellers, but 2 copies of Mario Party, the top 100. This one I've been, again, picking up several of. I think I have, I don't know, maybe 4 copies of that sealed currently. And then last but certainly not least, this one was a banger. This is one that I think the auction got a little slept on. This one is clean, excellent condition copy of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. This is not the Nintendo Selects version. This is the first print version of this game, so it actually goes for considerably more normally. These prices I think are pretty skewed on eBay right now because of how price charting is reading them when they actually sell. And so if you look at price charting, it seems like the price is maybe less than it is in reality for the first print copies. So I ended up getting a great deal on that. I think I ended up paying like 25 bucks for that game. So that one would have definitely excellent potential profit even if I sold it now. But like I said, we'll go ahead and throw up on screen the total cost and then the total projected profit, if any. Thank you guys so much for sticking around till the end. Hope you guys enjoyed it and found something cool in the video, something maybe you didn't know about or you're going to be on the lookout for your own collection. Remember, if you're really enjoying this content, like, comment, and subscribe if you want to be notified when new videos like this go live. We do definitely have a few more episodes coming in this series, as well as nerdy content all the time. And remember, when you see those toys and video games off in the distance, it's not a mirage. You guys have a great day.